This film begins 5000 years ago where we see a cruel king ruling. There was a time when the city used to be free, but now the cruel king has made the people of the city his slaves. The king is getting the land evacuated from all the people of this city. Actually, he was looking for a material, a thing that could give him magical powers. As a result, he would have become even more powerful and he would have ruled the entire world. Basically, the name of this material is Eternum, and help of this he will make a crown and he gets the powers of superhero inside him. As usual, the workers are digging, and in the meanwhile, a worker gets that Eternium stone and he gives it to the king. Soon he makes his own crown, which he will get a lot of powers by wearing. Meanwhile, we also see a small boy who stands up against that cruel king. He makes the villagers understand that we should avoid this injustice, we should not go down to it. But when the cruel king finds out that he is standing against me, he orders him to kill him. As he is being killed, the boy suddenly disappears and comes to a place where many gods were sitting. The sixth god tells this boy that you have courage, and we liked it very much. That's why we are going to give you a power that if you say the word Shazam, all our powers will come inside you. And you will become so powerful that you can easily defeat that cruel king. The little boy also does the same. He says Shazam and becomes very powerful. He immediately comes to that king's palace where he is wearing that evil crown to get a lot of powers. But this little boy who has become very powerful after saying Shazam, he comes there and wreaks havoc and starts killing everyone. He is furious and destroys the entire city along with the cruel king. From here, the story goes 5000 years later and we see the present time. At this time, we are shown the same city where a gang has completely occupied this city. They are doing injustice to people, robbing and completely controlling this city. Actually, the only purpose of this gang is to find that crown. It means they are looking for the same crown that the cruel king has made 5000 years ago. He was killed, but the crown is still buried somewhere in this city. Now we see a girl called Adrina who is also looking for this crown. The girl is quite an expert in finding old things because he's an archaeologist. They are the people who dig up the earth and have lots of information about many things in history. Later, this girl Adrina goes to a cave where after a lot of effort she finds that crown. Adrina and her friend are happy about it, but we found that one of her friends called Isabel, he is involved with the same gang that has occupied the entire city. Then Isabel ends a friend who comes with him and calls the other members of this gang in the same cave. New people point a gun at her and ask Adrina to give them that crown. Now this girl looks down and there are some words written on it. When she reads it, Shazam comes out of her mouth. As she says the word Black Adam, comes there and starts sending all the goons who have come there. He beats them so much that no one survived. Isabel, who was involved with the coup, he pretends to die there. That's why his life was saved because Adrina has revived Black Adam. He has awakened him again so he doesn't do anything to her. Now Black Adam was there and many people of the gang arrive and attack him with special weapons. This weapon is made up of the same Eternium metal with the help that crown was made. Now Black Adam gets hit by the missile, he feels the real pain. Black Adam takes life of the goon who killed him, and because of that rocket of the small missile he becomes unconscious. Here we come to know that Eternium is such a material that is the weakness of Black Adam, and this material Black Adam can be killed. Seeing this, Adana becomes very worried and takes Black Adam to her house. As Black Adam comes to his senses, he meets Adana's sons here. This child tells Black Adam that you have been locked up in that cave for 5000 years. Now because our city is being enslaved, the gang is not letting us live, so you have become as a savior. You will save our city from that gang. Black Adam doesn't care about anything here. He says 5000 years ago this was my city. Now everything has changed. I am not responsible for saving this city. I have nothing to do with this city and the people here. He comes out of the house after saying this and starts walking around the house and starts looking at the city. After this, we see a female leader whose job is to stop the superheroes and supervillains coming to this world. We must keep such situations in the world so that the ordinary people do not face difficulty and our land is not threatened. She is talking to the superhero here, Hawkman. She says back Adam is back now and if he is not stopped, he can cause a lot of destruction like before. If he goes crazy and gets angry, it will almost become impossible to stop him. Hawkman agrees to this and gathers his team in which many more superheroes are involved. They all go out together to catch Black Adam. On the other hand, a few members go to Adrena's house because they knew that she still has that crown. As they were about to attack Adrena's family, Black Adam saves them and kills the gang members again. He is still fighting with some of the remaining people. At the same time, Hawkman's team arrives and they all start fighting Black Adam. But Black Adam was still dominant on them. The gang members and the Justice Society team was not able to do anything about it. And finally Black Adam leaves. The Justice Society team, which is made up of Hawkman, comes to Adrena and asks for help in catching him. But Adrena says, "Where were you when we were getting oppressed? I have never seen you before. There is only Black Adam who saved us when I was about to die. He saved me." The people of the Justice Society say that, "No, you think that he is protecting you is very dangerous. Even 5,000 years ago, he destroyed our city completely." Finally, they convince Adrena. That's why Adrena takes them all to Black Adam so that everybody can sit and talk to each other, so that they can understand each other and end their own fight. Then on the other hand, Ismail, Adrena's companion, enters her house so he can find the crown and use it for himself. But he doesn't get the crown. He takes Adrena's son with him in anger. Here, very cleverly, his son calls his mother Adrena and tells her everything, that I have been kidnapped. Ismail has kidnapped me. She becomes worried hearing this and asks for help from the Justice Society and Black Adam. "Help me to bring my son back." And they both agree and start looking for her son together. Here, Hawkman catches 2 men of that gang. After killing them, he finds out where Ismail is. Ismail has kept her son in a secret place which is in a desert. But when Black Adam and the Justice Society reach that place, they see that Ismail has pointed a gun at her son. Here, Ismail tells the secret that I am the leader of the gang that is causing the destruction in the whole city. And all these goons work for me. So he asks Adrena to give him the crown and she wants to save her son's life. The trouble mother gives him that crown so that she can save the life of her son. But he shoots his son and Black Adam jumps at a high speed in front of him and saves the child's life. Here, Ismail is completely destroyed by burning him with fire. But here Black Adam also meets Hawkman and tells him a very big secret. He tells that 5,000 years ago, a boy who raised his voice against that cruel king was not me but my son. And when the cruel king was killing my son, he disappeared from there at that time. Seeing this, the cruel king got angry because he was not able to find my son. So he caught me and my family and beat us brutally. We were beaten badly, as no one even treats animals like this. My wife was killed there and I was about to die. Then my son came back to me with a lot of powers. He gave me all these powers. Now, with all these powers has come to me, I was just talking and the cruel king people attacked us again. I was saved because I had a lot of powers, but my son was ended right in front of my eyes. Seeing my son dying, I became furious and I killed the cruel king and his people. But those powers were not in my control. I could not control them. Soon the whole world was destroyed by my unwillingness. Because I have done this, these gods who gave my son power and now I have that power, they were enraged because I had misused my power and did not keep my power in control. That's why they locked me in that cave and stayed in that cave for thousands of years. When Adrena came and took that name, I came back to life once again. Here Black Adam is still very sorry that he is the cause of so much of destruction. A lot of people were killed. He tells Hawkins that he wants to surrender, finish my power so that no one is harmed as a result of me. After that, Black Adam says the word Shazam, from which he returns to his normal form. It means he can become a normal human being if he does not want the superpower. Until he says Shazam again, he cannot become Black Adam again. That's why he also requests them to do something with me so that I can't say this word again. Finally, the Black Adam is put into the water and a device is put on his mouth so that he can't speak. This is a small jail where Black Adam is locked up. On the other hand, we see Isabel, who was dead and now he has come to hell. Isabel knew from the start that if he wanted to wield the power of that crown, he would have to hold it in his hands. And at the same time, someone should kill him so that he dies and comes to hell. And he can meet the demons of hell here with whom he can get power. Isabel knew all these things from the beginning. That's why he provoked Black Adam as that I will kill Adrena's son. Black Adam will come and save him while killing him. At the same time, the crown was also in his hand. He knew all the things from the beginning. Everything was according to his plan. Here the demons of the hell meet Ismail and give him their powers. He was not like before. He has become Sabak. He comes into this world with this power and starts destroying everything here. As the Justice Society finds about it, they come in front of him to compete with him. There's a lot of fight going on, but Sabak is very powerful. Even when they were all together, they couldn't stop him. One more team member of the Justice Society named Dr. Fate comes to his multiple forms. Using different forms, he tries to kill Sabak, but still not succeeded. Soon they understand that no one can defeat Sabak except Black Adam. That's why he starts talking to Black Adam through telepathy here. He tells him that we need your help, and they help him a lot so that he can come out of there and free himself. He gets out of there and some of the police officers there. He comes out of the water and he speaks out the word Shazam. Because of it, he gets the power of Black Adam. And without wasting time, he starts going to Sabak. On the other hand, the people of the Justice Society are still fighting with Sabak. And during this time, one of their teammates, Dr. Fate, has ended there. Hawkman and others are also fighting with Sabak, but their efforts are not very successful. But luckily, Black Adam comes there at the same time. And there is a lot of fight between Black Adam and Sabak. It is a heavy fight, and it seems that Black Adam could defeat Sabak. After a while, Black Adam grabs the head of Sabak and cuts it into two parts. And after tearing off completely, he finally ends Sabak. Because of this, Sabak dies and everything becomes peaceful and starts getting better. The people of the city starts considering Black Adam as their savior, and they will accept that Black Adam has saved them and their city. After this, we see the same lady who made the Justice Society team to stop Black Adam. He tells Black Adam here that it's okay, do whatever you want, but don't leave this city. Be the savior of the people of this city, take care of them, be the guardian, I don't care, but don't leave this city. Because if you come out of this city, it won't be good for you. Here Black Adam sits and looks her and says, nobody can order me. And I will do whatever I want. I will do on my own. Then the lady says, yes, maybe you are right. Nobody can stop you from living in this world. But I know someone who is not from our world. Black Adam gets angry and breaks the screen on which the lady was talking. The screen breaks and there is a smoke everywhere. Meanwhile, Superman comes out of the smoke. He tells Black Adam that we should always sit down and talk. As soon as Superman says this, the story of this movie ends.